Hey guys, I'm back. I told y'all I was coming right back with the topic video. I just reviewed this lovely honey blonde ombre bob. I did link it below as well. Scroll down a little bit, you'll see all the details. Also, you can use my coupon code to save $10 that are also in the details. So, welcome back. We're going to be talking about tricks men use to avoid commitment. This was one of the topics suggested in the wig video, so I thought I would cover it among a few others that I saw in there. Um, so I'll wait for a few of you guys to get in. Meantime, click the like button while y'all are coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I got my lips did. They're still swollen. They're not going to be this swollen forever. But they're still look swollen. So how do you recognize the tricks men use to avoid commitment? First of all, if you have to beg them for a commitment, they're already trying to avoid it. That's number one. If you got to beg them for a commitment or talk to them about it several times, if you are the pursuer of the commitment, they're already avoiding it. Because when a man really likes you, they want to rush you into a commitment first. Okay? So that you're not able to see other people. They're going to be like, sorry. They're going to be like, well, I want us to be together. I want us to be a couple. I want us to be, I want you to be my girlfriend. Or I want you to, be my fiance or whatnot. So if they're not doing that, they don't want to commit to you. You're not the one for them, or they seem, to think there's someone out there better worth waiting for. And they don't want you confused. Sorry, y'all, I was trying to blush. They don't want you confused thinking that you are the one, the one that they will commit to. So they tend to avoid it, hoping you get the clue and the hint, which many women don't. They think that if they pressure you and wear you down, you'll finally commit. But that's not the truth. The truth is, if you don't want the commitment, they're usually the one that wants the commitment since you don't want it. Another way that they trick you is by saying, let's just be friends and see what happens. Let's just be friends with benefits or whatever. They offer that. Well, I really like you, but I can't be in a commitment right now because I've been hurt. So let's just be friends with benefits. If they bring up the hurt word, it means they're avoiding any type of strings attached or commitment. Because men don't just go around splurting out their weaknesses or how they got hurt or how they got tricked or dissed. They don't go out and just tell you that. That is a way to stop you from even pursuing a commitment with them. So it's basically like saying, I don't want to be committed to you. Not, but I'll sleep with you. That's it. You can't get nothing else because, I've been hurt. So the hurt thing is a lie because men don't feel pain that long behind, losing a girlfriend because they can just go get another one, right? Unless that girlfriend was probably supporting them and paying their rent and basically, doing everything for them. Then they probably miss that part of it. But they wouldn't be hurt. They'd be quick to get back into that situation, so they'd be more likely to commit. Okay. So all of those lines are tricks. Okay. When they say, oh, I can't afford it, or like, especially with a marriage, oh, I can't afford it. Let's wait a little bit longer. Let's wait a couple more years. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. If you are what he really wants, he will put a ring on it just so you don't go anywhere until he can afford it. Thank you, Sam Jones. Can you do a quick online chat scenario and how too long to talk to someone? 5 minutes. Sprinkle. You talk to someone for 5 minutes. If they're not asking you out, where to meet you at, where you want to go for dinner, then get off because you're just wasting time. Okay, you need to be seeing people in person. They need to be spending money. Unless you're trying to get them to cash app you, then that's a whole different story. Thank you, RK. Sprinkle. Thanks, Shira. You changed my life in a way you could never imagine. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm glad. So the next thing is when they always have to go somewhere, when they're always in a hurry, when they come spend time with you. Like they'll come in, call late. They'll come, oh, I can only stay for a second. They'll come late at night. Oh, I'll come after, 10 o'clock. They'll have the late night booty call hours, or you'll never meet any of their friends, things like that. They won't know anything about you. They won't want to know anything about you. They don't care about what's going on in your life. They're just there to hit it and then, go somewhere and come back and hit it again whenever they feel like it. So when you don't, that's just when you're not living together. But if you're living together, he already has a commitment. You've committed to him, which is good enough. If y'all are already living together, he won't make the next step into get engaged or to get married. He doesn't have to, because you're already acting like the wife. And we've already talked about that in several videos. So he doesn't see why he has to put in any more effort and get different results, because he's going to get the exact same thing. Thank you. So another trick that they use is, they might be moving, because, I think I tell y'all to use this trick if y'all just want a man to like really fawn over you and make you want to stay. But they might say, oh, I might be moving, or I'm not from here, or I'm from out of town, or I'm going to the military, or I don't work here. I'm in and out of town a lot. A lot of those men aren't in and out of town. Sometimes they live here. They just have a different phone number because they have, whatever. Maybe they got their phone when they used to live somewhere else. But a lot of them lie about being local. A lot of them lie about being super busy at work. Oh, I work a lot. I don't have time for a relationship, blah, 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 blah. So they'll use the work thing. I can only have like, an hour or 2 hours a week that I can see someone. I don't really have time for a relationship. I don't want to hurt anyone. But if you're up for that, I'm totally game or whatever. That just means I just want a booty call. And usually they're married. So if y'all fall for any of that, make sure you understand what you're falling for. And if it's worth it, if they're giving you money in exchange for your time, that's great. But also be dating other people, because they are. Just date other people, because that's exactly what they are doing. That's why they don't want a commitment, or they can't afford the commitment. They can't afford, taking you out all the time, or buying you things and gifts on your birthday or whatnot, Christmas. So they just want to have a no strings attached type deal. Like, do you buy your booty call a Christmas present? Probably not. Do you buy your non-committed boyfriend something? You shouldn't. And if you do, you're a pygmy. So whenever you hear a man start to use those excuses, know that he's not trying to be committed to. And that's when you switch up your game and do the same thing. Oh, I'm not looking for anyone right now. I'm just trying to have fun, go hang out, see what's new, have a few drinks. Never say anything about any type of friends with benefits, because now you've flipped the script, and now he has to work for you and invest in you to even get you to friends with benefits. Okay, so you never ever accept that offer. You always combat it with, oh, I'm just looking for someone to hang out with, someone fun and interesting. Now that hangout, fun and interesting, and exciting, I always say exciting, now they have to become those things if they want to hang out with you or get a chance to sleep with you. So now you flip their script, and now they're going to invest, they're going to put in effort, they're going to try to be exciting to you so they get what they want out of it. And during that time, they realize that they probably do want a commitment with you, because they spent so much time, effort, and probably money trying to impress you to get you to the friends with benefits area that you totally avoided by telling them you wanted just to hang out with someone fun and exciting. So you never give in to no friends with benefits. Always up the ante so that you get what you want. Always. If you don't and you settle, then don't be mad and write, in the comments, oh, I fell in love with my Friends with benefits, what do? Nothing. He already told you what you were. Accept your role or go get another one and make him, different in how you approach him. Don't do the same thing. Thank you, B Rose Sprinkle Sprinkle. I have the opposite problem recently. Man wants to tie me down immediately. They don't talk about sex, but when I pull back, they complain and don't like them as much. That's because they want free stuff. Sprinkle Sprinkle. A lot of times men will rush into a commitment when they want something free, like sex. When they want to hurry up and have sex with you, they'll commit to you quick. That doesn't mean it's a real commitment. That's how you know that's also a fake commitment. When a man is afraid to commit, he'll try to commit so quick so he can get out of it quick. Okay? So that's another sign. Thank you for bringing that one up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A man will want to tie you down quick so that he can untie you faster. Okay, because he don't know you enough to want to commit to you. He know you enough to know he want to sleep with you, but he don't know you enough to want to commit to you. So he's going to lock you down in your mind, in your brain area. And, oh, I got a boyfriend. I can do anything now. We're boyfriend and girlfriend. I can sleep together. I can cook. I can clean. Okay, so after a week, after 2 weeks, he's tired of you, and this is not working out. I think we started into the relationship too soon. Let's take a break, and the break begins to be forever. And there you go. Anybody rushing into a commitment is rushing to the bed. So no, that's another sign that they're just trying to hit it and quit it, but they're going to give you the disguise of a relationship so that they get it for free. Nope. Relationships ain't free either. You got to work towards that. So you can combat that by saying, that's so sweet that you already want to commit. Use the word commit because that scares them quick. That's so sweet that you already want to commit, but I really have to get to know you before I commit to you like that. So why don't we try spending more time together? More time means more money spent. Okay, so flip it like that. Oh, yes, well, there's this place that I've been wanting to go for so long. Maybe we can do that and, bond, and then maybe the commitment will be the next thing. What's the best advice you would give someone who is going through a divorce, filed for divorce because I lost my femininity with him? I would just consider myself becoming single again, and I would definitely put myself back out there, level up, look cuter than I did when I met him, look better and come out of his league, and I would go replace him or at least date other men that are way better than him, just for my self-esteem. And I really wouldn't try to get into a serious relationship right off the bat. I would just go and have my fun and have my freedom and get to know myself again as a woman, and get my femininity back. And then naturally, as you get that femininity back, you'll probably start attracting better and better men so you can permanently replace him if that's what you want. Yeah. I would definitely go have fun, though. Definitely go do that. How to keep pride in check? I feel like boyfriend is getting over on me. When I know he's cheating, he has spent thousands on me, and I want the ring. I've been strategizing. Take a vacation, baby. Tell him you gotta go away. Tell him you gotta go away for a couple of days or weeks, however long you need. But you need to get away from him. Let him miss you a little bit. Most men that are giving you thousands and thousands of dollars, they have many options. You're not the only one. I'm probably sure of that. You know he's cheating. You probably know he's cheating. Take yourself out of the equation temporarily. Make him appreciate you and miss you. Okay. If you want the ring from him and you know he's cheating, well, you need to distance yourself a little bit. Start going out by yourself. Start hanging out with friends. Start acting like you might also be doing something else, but he's not sure. So he's going to want to spend more time with you. And that means spending less time with other people. So thank you, Miss Thang AZ. Landlord stare. I'm staying this month of August for free, but how do I keep it going without doing too much? How do I know if he's interested for real? Thank you, Miss Thang Sprinkle Sprinkle. Maybe you need to go with a sob story about how you lost your job due to the corona, or how you're trying to pay for your mom's rent or whatever, mortgage. Just go down with a sad story. And you don't really have to do much, because he'll think that if if he does a favor for you, he'll get closer and closer to, a chance. Who knows? But I would come definitely with a sob story. Hee hee. Thank you. Thank you for the donation, by the way. You said, are down low men a good idea? If you don't want to sleep with them. Hi, Shira. I'm on my way to a date and thought I would get Shira boost before. Good. Hey, have fun. Good luck on your date. High value woman. Okay, so here's another. You said, what should you do between playing the game and wanting to have Christian values? Well, if you want Christian values, you have to accept all of the Christian values. You know what I'm saying? So, and you'd have to be dealing with a man that also wants Christian values, all Christian values. If you're going to be a hypocrite and 2%, you need to be a hypocrite all the way. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make a difference. So a lot of people use religion to say, well, why they can't do something and why they can't do that. And I think Chris Rock was quoted, Black people are the most religious people, but have the most problem. Why is that? When they start praying for stuff, it don't happen, because most of the religions are not to help you. They are to, keep you in a certain position in life. So Christian values, you mean some Christian values? You mean Christian-ish values? Or what? Because if you're going to be 100% Christian, then that means a lot of things. Okay, so you're asking me how you can play the game and have somewhat Christian values. Okay, I got you. The ones that you choose. Okay. You can find a like-minded man. Christian mingle singles or whatever. I don't know. But most men are not Christian-minded, just so you know. So why should you be? That's all I'm saying. Most men are not Christian-minded, but you want to be. Think about it. Sure, I wrote to you on Etsy. Okay, I wrote you back. I just responded. Thank you, Sprinkle. Thank you, babe girl. Should I sneakily meet more men if my boyfriend is not rich and cannot give me everything? If you're willing the risk of losing him, yes. If you're willing to risk losing him, of course, because there's always a chance you will get caught. So if it's worth it, go for it. If it's not, think twice. Thank you, Sprinkle. Can you give advice on how to keep your confidence with all the women posting bikini pics and sexy pics when it's not your style? Don't unsubscribe to all the women posting bikini pics. Sprinkle. Or post people posting in your style. Subscribe to people that post in your style. I don't have a bunch of people on my Instagram that I don't, think it's stylish to me. I'm not going to sit there and look at something that I don't want to see. So just go through your social media and delete anybody who you don't want to see. Invite people who you look better than. I don't know. What eyebrow pencil and color am I wearing? Ooh, that's a good question. This is a level of cosmetics. Let me go ahead and reach down here. I do have gels that come with a little brush. But the one that I'm wearing today is the pencil. I think this is the color. I think it's number 2 or number 3. Might be number 2. Let me see the color. Yeah, but these are definitely, you know, the level up eyebrow pencil. So it's this darker brown. I think it's number 2 or number 3. Just look, let me see. Number 3, probably 3. If you like black, black is number 5. No, I think. Could be number 1 too. I have it listed on there. Most of the photos on Instagram are faking. Yeah, that's true. Okay. So I think it is number 3, y'all. So I'm wearing number 3 on my eyebrows from Level Up Cosmetics.us. It is linked below to my store. You're going swimming in your pool? Good for you. What to do when provider man pulls back on some of the money he's giving me every month? I still get direct deposits, but no extra cash when he sees me like he used to give. Well, before he meets you, tell him you need some. Could you stop by the ATM? I need some. I'm totally out of cash. I don't know, just mention it. I would mention it before we meet. That way he know to bring some. Sometimes people don't stop by the ATM or they're just in a hurry. They don't make the time to bring you the stuff that you require. So you just tell them before you meet. Are you going to have time to stop by the ATM this time, baby, like you used to when we first met? I used to love when you surprised me with money. You were so sweet. Just remember the good old days and tell him, and he'll try to do it again, hopefully. The kale. You said men don't approach me even though I lost weight and look feminine. They presume most exotic women are hookers when sitting alone at a bar restaurant. How to not let it bother you? I mean, don't look like a hooker. Don't dress like a hooker. If people are going to think you're a hooker, dress extra like that. So, this is not hooker material. This looks like I just got off work. I'm at happy hour. I'm meeting my sorority sisters. It looks like I'm meeting a friend and to catch up on old times. I look bougie. I don't look like a hooker. Go out looking bougier if it bothers you that much. Change your style up a little bit if you don't want to be mistaken as a hooker. Sometimes being too sexy at certain locations equals hooker in people's mind. But if you're at a bar or restaurant with your collar up to here and your neat headband and your, subtle but still glam makeup, people may not mistake you as a prostitute. So when you go to those places, dress very classy. Okay? Super classy. And you won't be mistaken. Thank you, Ray J. Sprinkle. It's my birthday and I'm going for a first date. How should I get him to shop on the first date? Happy birthday. Thank you, Sprinkle. Hopefully your date is going to be next to a shopping center or a mall. Always try to find places that are near shopping. That way you can walk right over to them or be in the midst of them. And it'll be the natural next thing that you guys do. It's like, oh, let's go for a walk after we have dinner and walk straight to the store. And then tell them it's your birthday. While you're walking, not before you get to the store, but when you get in the store. But don't tell him it's your birthday. When the salesperson says, oh, how are you today? It's like that. And he's like, oh, I'm great. It's my birthday, by the way. And he'll be like, really? It's your birthday? Why didn't you tell me? I'll buy you something. What do you want? You know, get them to think it was not planned. I'm going shopping with my potential before dinner this Thursday. Good for you. Why would a man pay for everything when you're together except clothes, for example? Thank you. Why would a man pay for everything when he's getting free sex? I don't know. Because maybe he gets getting free sex. You know. Thank you, Mariah. Thoughts on jealous, insecure men that want to know everything I do. Good potential, but I don't like the keeping tabs he uses. Just making sure that you're safe. Then lie. Make up some good old lies. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what I would do. If you're so curious and insecure, you're gonna get some real good lies. I'm gonna make you less insecure by lying to your face every time you call me and ask me a question that ain't none of your business. You're gonna get none of my answers. You're just gonna get some answers, and they're probably not going to be true. I'm gonna get super creative on you. I'm like, oh, I'm great. You know, I just took a bath and did my hair. Right now, I'm getting ready to do my nails or pluck my eyebrows or Netflix or something like that. What are you doing? I'm gonna be like out and about. Oh, I'm so wonderful. Thank you for checking on me. That's so sweet. Click. I just took a CBD gummy or some type of pill that make you go to sleep, a Benadryl. So I'm about to doze off. Good night. Click. Thank you, Carol. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to get the lead back in my relationship? I noticed he is not doing things the same. Then to remind him. Say, oh, do you remember when you used to do this? That was so sweet. Why'd you ever stop? Remind him of the good old days. Do it in a nice way. Thank you, Carol. And he'll start trying to do them again. Or if he doesn't, you already know he's not caring. You don't whether it's cleaning, doing laundry, giving him sex, asking him if he wants something to eat on your way home, whatever. Don't do none of that stuff on the morning. You back all the way off until he advances again. Thank you, Bonnie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You've known him for 4 years. He provided a substantial amount of money. Should I be worried if I never meet his kids or the fact that he's married? No, you should be worried. You're the mistress, baby. You're not supposed to meet him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for the donation. You're not supposed to meet his kids if you're the mistress, baby. You think he's going to introduce you to his children when he's married and got kids? Go look up what the word mistress means, and then you'll understand why you're not going to meet him. Okay? Take the money and go date someone else. He's not around. I definitely need to be dating many other people until you find someone just for you. Okay? Sprinkle. Why thank you. You're real and they lasted 2 years without one. So men are not going to commit to you as long as you allow them not to commit to you. If you leave any options open to not commit, they're probably not going to commit to you. If you don't have standards, they're probably not going to commit to you. Thank you, Lace Will. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Matchmaking, and he's a girl now. Sprinkle, sprinkle, but thank you. I mean, that's very nice for you to say that I should start the matchmaking, but no, because I would get too frustrated. But someone should definitely. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for the donation. Your boyfriend hired a very hot assistant. What to do? Understand that he's a man, baby. And Did you tell him it made you uncomfortable, or you didn't say anything, or what? I don't know what to tell you about that. You said boyfriend, you didn't say no husband, so obviously no ring. Keep your options open is what I would give you as advice. Keep your options open. That means keep your eye open. If someone comes on to you, accept them as a friend. Don't fully give yourself to anyone 100% because you may be disappointed in the end. Okay. Thank you, Jane. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sheer, do you know why some men shows proof of commitment, whereas they are already planning to leave for another girl, like make their girl pregnant or engagement, then leave for birth or marriage? A lot of those type of men are just trying to trap you so that they always have free place to stay and free sex and a connection to you so that you can't go anywhere else, or it makes it very difficult for you to go somewhere else. And so when they dump the next chick, they can come back to you at any time. Oh, let's work it out, So it's kind of like leaving breadcrumbs to find your way back so that you can use that person, use another person. So you have like 3 different women with, different situations, and you always have somewhere to get sex at for free without spending very much money at all. So it's an investment in himself, as well as to commit, but still having the perks of being a married man and a father. Unless so, if he's not on, like I don't know who it is, if this is a real situation, but I'm on child support and that one there lesson. Should I say yes to men for marriage who is in defiance? He is a major. I ain't marrying nobody in the military. Sprinkle. Not active in the military, like after they old, retired, and got their career going, and no longer affiliated with the military, maybe. But I'm not gonna marry nobody in the military. Period. Sprinkle. Yeah. If that's what you want to do it. But like they don't make that much money, so I could do better, by myself. Is it possible for a guy to like you but stay away from you because you told them to block you? It's possible he thinks you're bipolar and crazy. Sprinkle. Thank you, Rap Rockstar. How should I tell a guy I've been texting for 2 months long distance that I think about him a lot? We've never met, but I really like him. I love your channel. Sprinkle. No, you shouldn't tell no man that. Why should you be the one to say that? How come he haven't told you that? Don't leap first. That means you like him more than he likes you, and then your power and your relationship is going to be off balance. How I deal with comparison. I'm 23, thinks I'm beautiful, but tend to be depressed as I try to level up your finance and see some girls my age who already spoiled by men. Well, then you better put in double work and come on, sprinkle. Put in double the work. If you're trying to catch up, you're trying to play catch up, put in double the work. Be more disciplined. Do extra, do more. Find discounts. Do stuff that you can do. Be like Kanye. He went from 35 million in debt to $5 billion in 2 years. He put in double work, went crazy twice. Had a mental breakdown, started a church, went on tour, came back, uh, uh, bought some land, designed some new Yeezys, and here he is. He had to put in double work, triple work, put in that work. You wasn't finna go out like that. Okay. Thank you, Laquan Sprinkle Sprinkle. A guy likes me way more than I like him. Since kindergarten, he's a mechanic and hustles on the side. He bought his mom a house and has property in NC, North Carolina. Should I trust his hustle to provide and spoil me for a long-term situation? Is he always going to be able to hustle when he get old? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Is he going to be able to hustle when you are, if y'all get married, when he start getting up in age? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to be able to do that? Does he own his mechanic shop? And if not, why not? I would have been the owner of. Does he own it? Hopefully he owns it. I would have definitely tried to become an owner of my own shop and then get my mama a house. Okay. You say he a drug dealer? If that's the lifestyle you want, hopefully he ain't in the cartel or making deals with them. I don't know. Girl, I'm legit. I would only date legit men who got legit money. I ain't gonna take all the risks. Anyway. Someone says, Lindsay said keep him as a side dude. Backup plan, okay. Thank you, Ruby. We had sex, now he wants a relationship and has been doing more. Is this right? How much has he spent on you? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If he hadn't spent thousands and thousands upon you, and you already slept with him, then and he thinks y'all are in a relationship, that means he has access to you free every time. So think about if that's what you want. Thank you, MH. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Can you confront a cheater, provider, boyfriend if it's part of the strategy to get what you want at the end? If he can afford to cheat and he can afford to provide, that means he can afford to get another one. So I have a trick that I use where I almost bring up the cheating and then you don't. Like I've talked about this topic before and I've told other women, if you know he's cheating, start the conversation about, where were you the other night around 2:00? Oh my God, I just saw this car that I really like. I've been wanting to test drive it. He will stop you right there and say, let's go test drive it, so that you forget about the cheating part and you don't mention it and he don't have to tell you where he was. So start off halfway getting ready to bust him, then stop and then get interrupted with a thought of something you actually want, so that he will distract you with saying, oh, let's go do it. Let's go get it. Oh, you want that new purse? You want that new car? You want to go look at houses? That way you get what you want. And every time he does something and you find out, do the same thing, and he'll realize, hopefully, that it's costing him money to almost get busted. Okay. Anytime a man messes up, anytime a man, does that, it should cost him money, period. Okay. Yeah. Trickle. Should I get a credit for a car to find man to pay for it? Just get the car, period, because everybody needs a car, and it'll be able to get you more places where you can meet men. And if you should happen to find one that's going to pay for your bills, then there you go. If you can't afford to pay for it by yourself, don't even ruin your credit by, trying to get it and knowing you can't pay for it in case you don't find anybody to pay for it. Thank you, Tyra. Sprinkle, sprinkle. My sugar daddy has spent over $29,000 on you since February. I also have my own phone sex business. Good for you, Tyra. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. Get it, girl. Start the business. Got your money. What else? 2020 is going great for you, I see. Yeah. How soon is too soon to marry someone? It just depends on your age. and what you guys both want in life. I think it varies. Why? Can you tell me why you think a higher military man is a bad idea since they provide have lots of servants? Should I would not have to cook, clean anything, and also have lots of facilities for each. If that's your if that's what you want to do, go do it. But I think hire myself, and I want more. Okay, I just I wanted more. I don't know. I couldn't see myself as a military wife. Um, Maybe retired military, something like that. That's not actively in the military. I just prefer to be, you know, it's just not something I would personally do because of all the horror stories that I've heard. Um, they cheat a lot. Most military men cheat. Um, and they don't get paid enough for me to do any type of cheating. Sprinkle. Thank you, Mariah. I met potential husband, been dating 8 months, pays for everything, and wants to commit. Marry me. I don't like him putting his insecurities and controlling behavior on me. Advice before saying I do. Become the person that you want to be during the marriage before you commit. Start give him your standards. You should have been giving him that from the beginning. Tell him, look, I would love to marry you, but you are too insecure and controlling for me to ever take you seriously. Tell him about himself. I mean, you already got him trying to propose. You might as well tell him about himself. Maybe he'll do exactly what you want. And then he'll figure out, if he comes off controlling, that you will divorce him at any given second. And make sure you have a stash of money before you even get engaged or, whatever. Do you have your own stash? Do you have a business? Because if you get married and you start acting foolish, you could just bounce. Okay, so that's a red flag right there. You need to tell him about himself, have your little stash, and tell him to take it or leave it. So, because if you're not afraid to talk to him like that, you ain't afraid to tell somebody either. Like, yeah, my mom do not put up with controlling men, and neither do I. You want me, back up, back off that. I'm not going to commit to you so you can control me. Either you stop doing all that, or it's never going to happen. And so you have a time period to see if he can stick to it. And usually when somebody can stick to it for more than a year or 6 months, then they've changed. But if he can't stick to it for a certain amount of time, he ain't going to stick to it after the marriage. So be stacking your money in the meantime. That's what I would be doing. You say you're 22, you got $3,000. Say, girl, $3,000 ain't nothing, girl. Keep saving till you got about 10 to 20,000. Okay. How you gonna start a business? I don't know if you pay bills or if you live with someone. How you gonna pay bills? How you gonna survive? How you gonna eat and start a business? You need 3,000 is not a lot of money, not in this world. You need about 50,000 in order to do that. Or you need a sugar daddy. All right. Girl, $3K in an hour, yeah. It's not a lot of money for a business owner, right? You might have to start putting the chat on slow mode. I didn't even know I could do that. Anyway, so men will avoid commitment until they can't avoid it anymore, or they don't want you to go somewhere else, or they don't want you to get away because you are a catch and you are the one. If a man thinks you are the one, they will do whatever you need them to do to get the commitment. They will spend the money. They will treat you right. They will introduce you to their friends, family. Da, da, da. They'll do all the stuff right if they think you are the one. If they're not doing all of those things to make you think you are the one, and they're not trying to commit to you, then chances are you're not the one. And you shouldn't pretend as if you are the one or could be the one. The man will let you know if you are the one. And I wouldn't want to be with any man who didn't think I was the one. You know. Thank you, Exo Goddess Sprinkle Sprinkle. Appreciate that, girl. That's nice. So they need to look at you like you the one, treat you like you the one. That way you already know they're not, their eyeball ain't going like this, still looking for the one while they're with you. I mean, of course, men are still going to always look because that's in their nature. But I'm saying looking to replace you soon after or while during. You know, because a lot of men will commit to someone or marry someone who's totally not their type to build with them or build on their back while they're really out there with their type or planning to leave you in the future and marry their type. So make sure you are not being settled for. Okay. Because a man, you already know, if he doesn't treat you like the one, you ain't the one. Just know it. Don't, if he looks like he's settled, if he acts like he's settled, he's settled. Okay, so if you're not his dream girl, you're going to be like Tommy frustrated. Y'all are so silly. I gave him our first kiss after 2 years. He married. How do I book him further? Girl, it took you 2 years to give him a kiss and he married. He can wait forever. He's a very patient man. I mean, if he's not pursuing you harder after that kiss, I don't think he cares. You know what I mean? If he thinks he can get more, then that means it's time to go shopping or get a new car with his money. Thank you, baby girl. What do you think are being settled for and are pregnant? What do you do if you think you're being settled for? Realize the truth so that you don't expect more than what's coming to you. You know, it's better to know. Thank you for the donation, by the way. It's better to know and accept the truth rather than be hurt every time you expect something and it doesn't happen or come through. Right. Or I don't know what your beliefs are or whatever, but I would definitely try to get my life back on track and avoid any type of repeats of that. So, right. Definitely not going to have high expectations for him whatsoever. Do you watch? Oh, right. Do you cut off a provider if he catch you in a lie and cuts you off financially first? No, you keep him on the back burner and go to your plan B or your plan C, which you should have. You know, if, like I said, if you're not good at what you do, if you're not a good liar, and you got caught, that's why you need to have 2, 3 sugar daddies. Okay. If you can't make up stuff on the spot like me and flip it to your favor in 2 seconds, have some backups. Mhm. Okay. Hmm. How would you feel if he is not avoiding women but expect you to avoid men? I wouldn't feel no type of way because I'm my own person. I'm gonna do what I want. He might not know about it. He might think I'm doing something else, but I'm still gonna be doing what I want. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone wants something doesn't mean they're getting it. They might think they're getting it, but that doesn't mean they get it. You know what I'm saying? So do what you wanna do. There ain't no rules, it's up to you. That's a little MJ for y'all. Off the wall. Live your life off the wall. Do what you want to do. There ain't no rules. It's up to you. Let him think what he want to think. Tell him what he need to hear, and do what you got to do. Okay? Because if you don't, you'll regret. Your husband refused to give you money, and I can't make it on my own. I'm only 28. Okay. Go to an attorney, and no, go to the police. Go to the popo station and file for financial spousal abuse. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There is a such thing. That means he ain't giving you no money. Look it up. I promise you. Go to the police office. Call up there first and tell them your situation. Say, because each state is different. Make sure your state sees that as abuse. Okay. Or tell them, better yet, tell them that you're going to go file for spousal abuse, spousal financial abuse. Sometimes that gets them to be more generous with you to avoid a record. Lie and tell them you already talked to a lawyer. I talked to my lawyer about possibly getting a divorce because you don't give me any money, and he told me that I could actually file, you know, financial spousal abuse. And you could actually be fined or arrested or made to pay me. Which one you want to do? There you go. Because I'm talking to this mic over here. Y'all see the mic? So y'all can hear me. It is a real thing. Yeah, go look it up. If your man ain't giving you no money and he's your husband, call the popo. Or tell him you about to call. See what happens. Tell him in a different location though. Like, well, he's in one location and you're in another location. So you can't snatch your phone or like, or tell him you've already called the police and filed a report. And you can unfile it. Lie. He don't know what you did. Have you a fake number or whatever, fake case number? I don't know what they do. Statement number. Okay. I can't believe you did that. Well, I can't believe you ain't giving me no money. Gotta do what I gotta do. Some guys don't care if you call the police. A lot of guys are narcs. Okay. They care if you trying to divorce them, and that's on their record. Um, yeah, take your power back. Don't sit there and be no victim, girl. Like you should. Women should be like women. Women only get smart when people mess with their money. Okay. If you don't automatically get smart when somebody is messing with your money, something wrong. You know, we can play dumb all day, but don't mess with our money. So when somebody start messing with that money, we become geniuses. Did you know that There's a law. Okay. Play dumb until they start messing with that money. And then you start getting extra smart, like you genius. That's why when you underestimate a woman, you'll find out the hard way if you mess with her money. Okay. How you went to a watch repair today? The owner was into you. You think, how can you let him invite me out? Well, if he's bold enough to ask you out, maybe make some eye contact with him, smile, flirt with him a little bit, and allow him to know that you're also interested, so that if he's bold enough to ask you out, he will. You know. Um, Shira, Red Pill Coach is telling men to date below 25 ladies only and not to marry any hair makeup artist because men get destroyed financially after divorce. What's your thoughts on that? I think I'll translate what he said. Marry women who are not smart enough to know the game, who don't have any risk of leveling up to get a better man, and don't marry anyone who can make themselves look better because they know how to do hair and makeup and level up financially after they're tired of you as a man. So that's what I think it means. They're just basically telling you to date women who don't know their value. Okay? That's all he said. Don't date women who don't know their value. Period. Thank you, Treeho, Sprinkle Sprinkle. What is a good intro text to an old sugar daddy ghosted back in May? I stood him up and never text back. Is a simple hi sufficient? No. Girl, he's gonna be like, who is this? Or, I'd be like, I would have to make up a huge lie about why he got stood up. Did you talk to him after him or you just ghosted? I'd be like, I had to go visit my aunt. She had got sick, and then I had to go take care of her, and I was too upset to talk about it. By the way, she died, and I was just so depressed afterward. I couldn't even think about dating, and I think I'm in a better place right now, and I just want to say I owe you an apology. I should have at least told you what was going on, but if you're willing, we can try dating again. Girl, make up a whole lie, a whole story, get him to feel sorry for you, and he'll be right back. Okay? Right on back. Thank you. What sign should you be looking for to know a man? Wait, wants to marry you in the future? When he talks about it, when he does what he says he's going to do, when he invests financially in you, when he plans, when he talks about the future, he uses we instead of I. He holds your hand in public. You've met his family. Basically, the only thing he hasn't done is propose. That's how you know. He's proud of you. He talks about you to other people. That's how you know. If he hides you, don't call when he say he's gonna call, doesn't follow through on what he said he was gonna do. If he doesn't look at you like you're the one, he probably ain't trying to marry you. Unless he's trying to use you. Make sure you are his type. Best way to figure out if you're his type, look at his other ex-girlfriends. Okay? Find pictures of his exes. Um, why is my daughter never dolled up? Because she's young and underage, and you don't need to be talking about my child. That's why. Okay. There you go. Shira, can you answer my question, please? You should have asked it right there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because they keep scrolling up. Right. If you, right, if that's what you come here to see, you came to the wrong channel. What is she say he don't want to talk about the past and his past exes? Well, you can do some internet investigating, find his social media. You can find it if you really wanted to. Okay. You can find out what she looked like. If you can't, if you just can't find, look at who he looks at when y'all are out and about. See what type of women he noticed. All right. Mhm. You have saved me so much time with guys. I'm 22, and because of you, I have been able to weed out most of the dusties. I'm still learning. Thank you, Indian Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yes. Well, at least you're learning. Hey, avoid the dust. Um, is it ever a good idea to break up with a provider boyfriend who started recently cheating? Um, I would get all I can get out of the situation, build up my little savings, start my business. And when I was ready to leave without ever looking back and regretting anything and not going to be able to struggle, I would be gone. But I would definitely cut him off in the bedroom in the meantime. But I would be having a plan. That's when you start making your plan to leave with money. You find out he's cheating. If you don't want to deal with a cheater, play the game. Act like you're stupid and dumb, don't know. Oh, I don't feel good. Start off with the, oh, where were you that night? Then flip the subject to, oh, the car that I want to test drive. Get your new car out of it, get you some shopping out of it, get you some savings money out of it. And when you're ready to go, be out. But don't sit there and make emotional decisions and then end up struggling. Okay. The same thing if you married, get your money. Don't leave to struggle. I'd rather struggle with somebody cheating than struggles financially. Because I'm still I'll still be in a place that I don't have to pay for. I'd still be able to save money. I'd still be spending his money until I can figure out, what I'm gonna do. But I wouldn't leave just to struggle based on emotion. That's done. You're gonna be somewhere wishing that you would have stayed because you didn't have a plan. So get your plan together. Hi, any advice for single moms seeking to remarry? I think we are in a different category than younger ladies dating for fun. I know I should suit for older men and tips. Yeah, go for older men, definitely. Don't talk about stuff that they don't care about. Like, most men don't care about your kids or don't care about your divorce. So be exciting and, carefree when you're out and about or dating. That stuff is to be talked about when a man wants to commit to you. Then all that stuff comes up. You know, if you're trying to remarry, then you need to hang out and find men who are with the same mindset of trying to marry, probably older. Um, you're 23, you haven't found a husband. Should you go back to college and find one? Yeah, the dean or the professor at a Ivy League college, because what you're going to find in college are students, not husbands. How about going to a business and looking for the owner? Okay, they can already provide straight up. Skip the middleman, skip the student. It's going to take them years to pay back that student debt and find a job that's going to pay and be a provider. Okay, skip that. Go for somebody who already got a career. Thank you. I missed a donation. Hold on, let me go back up. Thank you, Rap Rock Star. Is that who I was talking about? If you deleted it, it's not there anymore. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, I see it now. You're 42. Most guys think you're about 23 to 25 for real. How do I lie if I want marriage without the guy getting angry? I lied about my age. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Say you dyslexic. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Did I say 23? Did I say you 24? And then when he busts you, say you dyslexic because you're 42. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Don't be laughing because it work. I started using some of the tricks, and it's interesting the looks of the responses. What's some ways to bring up marriage without coming off as direct? Don't. Thank you. Just pay the money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A woman that brings up marriage is a red flag to a man. Okay, he's supposed to bring up marriage, or you're supposed to say, especially if you've been in a relationship for a long time, where is this going? There's things I want to do in life that require A, B, C, and D. Are we heading this direction, or should I get on another path? This is basically an ultimatum, but not something like, but why don't you marry me, or why don't you love me, or why don't you propose? This is like saying, I got plans, I got a biological clock, I won't get married and have kids. If you ain't on board, let's get off this ship and let me go a different way. Basically, you're about to lose me and I'm about to go replace you. And once you tell them that, either they'll get on board or they'll let you go. But either way, you're about to slide. So be ready for the answer. You know, you can hint around to it. Hello? Oh, hi. Okay. Oh, we did that yesterday, and we looked over everything, but thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. See y'all. Those are online. The online teachers calling to make sure the kids can log on because tomorrow's their first day of school. Virtual school. Y'all like my ringtone? Yeah, there's an app. I linked my Amazon storefront below where I list all the stuff that people always ask me about, like if I buy it or if I added stuff I like to. There's Michael Jackson ringtone app. So how do you go from girlfriend to engaged without bringing it up? You have to be the one, baby. You have to have standards in the beginning. You got to have the standards. You got to, like, after a couple of years, if you don't think, because a man know if he want to wife you or not. After a couple of years, you got to speak your mind. You got to be like, look, I'm not one of them women that's going to sit around for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years waiting on you to pop the question. So either you know or you don't know. Like, we should talk about that. That means you have enough self-confidence in yourself to know that you are a prize to someone. Oh, Cash App. Thank you, Tiffany. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate it. So You got to tell them, like, as soon as you start in the relationship, you got to tell them, look, I'm not one of those girlfriends that hang on forever. Eventually, things have to move to the next level, or I'm going to get bored. Thank you, C. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you, Sheer, for your wisdom. You look prettier with every video. Oh, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. You know, and first of all, you need to realize, can he afford it? Can he afford marriage? Can he afford all these things? If not, then it's kind of silly for you to expect it. If he can, then it shouldn't be a problem. If he's young, he probably ain't gonna try to rush into any type of marriage or engagement. So if he's young, good luck. Also, being the type of woman that men want to marry helps them pop the question faster. Like, oh, my family will love her. She's beautiful. She's understanding. She don't nag. You know, A, B, C, and D. I'm proud to have her on my arm. She seems like she make a good mother. So be marriage material, you know, and he'll most likely see you as the type of wife he wants. But if you're not marriage material, he's not going to think twice about marrying you. He's going to be like, oh, you just a girlfriend. That's it. My wife, I haven't met yet. Thank you, Jamie. Shira, baby, I am deciding between marrying a 26-year-old finishing up college, nope, and a 31-year-old who's already finished college. I'm 23. Is a dating girl. Don't marry neither one of them. Sprinkle, sprinkle, Jamie. Jamie, they broke. Y'all gonna be two broke people together. It's dangerous to marry anybody broke. Okay. Thank you, Kai. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for the donation, though. Thank you, Carla. I have a provider. Hold on. But can I use your tips to attract wealthy customers? I'm going to be a real estate agent. I mean, I guess you can, but make sure you look good on your little pictures, and you know, you list your listing and you have your little picture up there. Okay. Yeah, 36-year-old? Nope. Still in college? Nope. Why are you trying to marry? You should be out having fun. You're 23. If you're going to marry, if you're going to commit, go get someone that can allow you to stay home and fully provide for you, where you can go shopping when you want, where you can start a little business, they can throw you some little change, you know, where you're going to be comfortable, not struggling. If you're getting married, it needs to be someone that's going to give you a life of comfort, not of struggle. Okay? Thank you, Blair. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Freestyling at home improvement stores in nice parts of town. That sounds good to me. Act stupid, walk around, ask questions. Excuse me, did you know whether could you help me? You know, ask for help and stuff, not from the workers, but from just random men that you find look wealthy. Uh-huh. Where is your top from? Shein. I thought it's Shein. You have trouble with controlling your emotions here? Well, that's something that you must work on. It takes discipline to do that. You have to think what you're going to say before you say it and think how it's going to affect whoever you're going to say it to. That's the discipline behind controlling emotion. And think about the result it's going to result in before you blurt it out. It takes discipline. It ain't easy, but when you master that about yourself, then you're able to create the life that you want. Okay? So you can't take words back, but you can think about them before you say them and make sure they're the right words to get exactly what you want. Do you mix high and low end fashion? I mix whatever I want. Like, yes, I do. I do it all. Um, Clothes, I don't spend a lot of money on clothing because they're trendy. Unless they're classic pieces that I can always wear, I don't spend a lot of money on clothes. I have it. Did I update that wig? Yes. It's in the description bar. The link to this wig if you like it. How do we hint? Oh, you mean the other wig? No, I haven't. Just they're in one of my Wig videos. In the makeup and beauty playlist, you'll probably see all my Wig videos. It's kind of recent, probably the last 2 months, 2 or 3 months. Should please make a video on ladies over 35, how to be confident and have standards to get the back. I'm 41, baby, and I never lost my standards. Okay? Never lose your standards. That's number one. Over 35, don't matter. Do you look good? Keep yourself up. Stay leveled up. Age has nothing to do with anything. If you're 35, you're still young. Send in some love. Thank you, girl. Speech girl, sprinkle, sprinkle. Like, we can't use, and a lot of women do this, and I said this in my last video. Stop leading with what you're insecure with. Ladies over 35, it's the same as ladies over 25. Level up, have standards, and make sure that you're dating men that can afford to date you. That's it. There's nothing different. Your husband keep asking you to build with him. What do I say? Without sounding rude. Thank you, me and Nicole. Thank you, me and Nicole. Tell him you don't see any women on the construction site. Okay. Tell him after he make his first million, you'll start building with him. Okay. Give him a goal to reach before you start adding to him. That way, it'll be ridiculous. He'll never reach it. I'll start building with you when you make your first million. Anyway, you see some women post sexy pictures on social media and still respected, courted, even married by men, but other women post sexy pictures, men call them desperate. Where is the fine line? The fine line is how much someone is wanted versus how much someone is not wanted. Also, their taste. Their taste in men or the men's taste in men. So it just all depends. I would like, some women are paid models and some women just post for free. There's a difference. So if you get paid, if you got those sponsorships, if you could choose who you want to date, most likely you might get more respect than someone who's doing stuff free. Why don't I post pics on OnlyFans? Because I don't have an OnlyFans account. Okay. Right. Men put their emotions in their money. That's right. Okay. Right. Would you say yes to a moderate salary job that you can live in a better city or country, better potential currently in Las Vegas, and it's not good money for me anymore? Yeah. I mean, if you need to move forward and level up financially, of course. What if you wearing Spanx? What? I can only imagine the rest of that question because it got scrolled up. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. It's going too quick. Well, if you wearing Spanx, I guess the rest of the question, if he try to touch you and feels it, what to say? Spanx. I got on Spanx, and it smooths everything out with this tight dress that I wore for you. Don't be afraid of your Spanx. Don't be embarrassed. Shoot. Celebrities wear Spanx. If you mean feel on you, like feel, how much money have he spent to be touching you in those type of areas? Like how much money he can spent? Because like that should be happening until the bills are being paid. Okay. Thank you. I can't see myself carrying someone's child. The thought is repulsive. Well, as long as it's, within your, I say like if you married and it's time to have kids, you feel like it's time to have kids, it won't be repulsive, but yeah. Shall we only date men who want a relationship? That's what we want. Men don't know what they want. That's number one. They don't know what they want until they get a sample of it. So you don't tell them you want relationship. You just be the type of woman that they want to have a relationship with. But see, you have to trick men, and men have to not know that they're being tricked. That's it. That's just the biggest game. If you're not trying to rush to commit, and you're not trying to pressure them, but you're fun and exciting, and they can't imagine you leaving them for another man, they will commit to you. Okay. So you don't tell them this and that. You don't put no rules on them. You just be the type of woman they want to date. You have your standards, but you don't put any type of, commitment on the relationship. That's his job. Especially when you're not always responding every time he texts, or especially if you're out with your friends, instead of always trying to go out with him, then he'll be like, well, I need to tie her down because I don't know if she's really with her friends and I haven't made any commitment to her. So why should she? You need to do all those things in order to get the commitment from him. You don't need to tell him any of that. Sometimes men are looking for a girlfriend, but they're not going to tell you because they don't want you waiting around thinking you're going to be the girlfriend. Thank you, DB, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Going to med school to hopefully specialize in dermatology. Want sugar daddy to help with tuition and derm med student. Feminine enough. Should I say it's nursing school or something else? Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. I mean, that's feminine enough, but I would downsize it. Like, I wouldn't say med school. I would just say school for skin. Okay. I wouldn't say school for skin, but I would say, I'm going to school to learn how to help women with their skin and, do facials and stuff like that. Just lie. Because, esthetician, cosmetology, yep. Esthetician, cosmetology. Why didn't I don't know, you got to click that notification thing twice to get notified. What if a provider do something you don't like? How to express your standards without becoming a nag. When he does it, don't respond to him or tell him, it's like, I really don't like that, but I just want to let you know that kind of like gets on my nerve. But but you didn't know, so now you do. And if he keeps doing it, then you know he don't care. Stop responding to him when he does whatever he did. How do you communicate that he needs to spend or spoil you before he can reap any benefits? Um, well, you have to look like that type of. First of all, you have to look like that type of woman. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Deanna. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You got to look like that type of woman. You got to be classy. Like, this is the woman you're going to have to spend money on. You're going to have to take me out to dinners. You have to take me shopping. You have to look like that. And you also have to carry yourself like that. You know? So where are we going for dinner tomorrow? So where was your last vacation? I can't wait. I'm dying to go somewhere this, fall or spring, whatever. Be extra bougie so that they know it's not going to be something quick. Talk about all the stuff you would like to do. Oh my gosh, I've never been to this and I've never been to that. We should go. Start talking about stuff you would like to do, especially stuff that costs money. That way he know you ain't trying to rush to no bedroom for no $200, $300, but you want true investment. Okay? So be snobby, yeah. Be snobby basically, but not rude. Men will approach a woman who is not their type, but if you can't find out about their ex, how do you know if you're truly their type, not a placeholder? If they introduce you to all their friends, family, if they treat you like you're their type, you'll know, because most women will know. If you ever dated someone who you weren't their type, you'll feel it. They'll always be looking around at other people. They'll compare you to other people. They'll most likely brag on their ex who might have been their type. If they don't talk about their ex, if you do meet their friends or family, they might give you some information. They'll just treat you very good. You know what I'm saying? They'll treat you better. Okay. How to make them very patient for intimacy. Have your standards. Tell them you don't do anything outside of relationships. That means they have to commit. And then when they ask what it takes to commit, you just say, oh, well, we'll see. Let's spend some time together and get to know each other before we decide on a commitment. That means you'll have lots of time to date, get to know each other, him spend his money on you, buy you gifts. And don't try to control, if he sees someone else to get that part or to get sex, because as long as you haven't slept with him yet, it doesn't matter. He might go back to his ex, he might do this, he might do that. But since he hasn't gotten you yet, you're still the challenge. So he's still going to be spending the big money on you, trying to get you, to want to commit with him. So level up, stay cute, tell him you don't do that outside of a relationship. And in order to know if you want to be in that relationship, you got to get to know him, which means lots of dating. So that's it. If you want to sneak out and go sleep with his ex, fine. It don't matter. He didn't get anything from you, but you're still getting stuff from him. Mm-hmm. No shade, but she must get irritated with negative questions, although I suppose it depends on where you're doing. Oh, I didn't see too many negative questions. Keeping standards is the biggest thing I learned during your level up. Yeah. Just because you're married doesn't mean he can have sex whenever he wants. It sure don't. Nobody is committing to you, broads. Sorry, see you. Oh, that's why I'm married. Look, it's a Dusty in the house. Hey, Dusty. Right. Hey, Dusty, how you doing? Y'all, if y'all go check out my Amazon storefront, I linked it below under my Level Up Cosmetics. Y'all see I got pink dust busters on there, feather dusters to keep the dust away. Okay. Single men don't notice me yet. All the taken ones do. Because single men notices everyone. It's kind of a compliment, actually, if you really think about it. Why would a married man notice you versus a single man? What is it about you that a married man thinks is attractive versus what a single man thinks is attractive? Mhm. You're worth risking his marriage over, which means what? Yeah. You want a side piece. Mhm. Mhm. My shopping channel. I have a website that I sell my makeup on. It's levelupcosmetics.us. Or I have my Amazon storefront where I just recommend stuff or post stuff that I have or that I think y'all would like. That's linked below in the description bar of the video. All of the links are below. Yeah. Anyway, so I hope y'all got what y'all need to get out of this video. I'm not going to be on here very long. So thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully you recognize the signs of a man who is not trying to commit to you. That way you don't look like a pig Misha waiting around, listening to their lies, and you already know the red flags when they say certain things or do certain things. You'll be understanding that it's time to get another one or have a backup plan or not to take that one seriously. So make sure you watch the beginning of this video if you just came in late. All right. It'll probably, a lot of times the videos take like an hour or two to fully upload. So you'll have to come back a couple of hours later and rewatch. But definitely do that. Put it in your watch later list or whatever. And that way you can come back and finish watching the beginning. Because y'all know usually in the beginning I do like the first 15 to 20 minutes. It's all topic. And then I answer questions. So make sure you check it out. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.